Hello and welcome, everyone. I have finally unmuted you guys, so watch out what you say now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now we're in trouble.
Now you
Yeah, that's going to stop us.
I like it. I like it. Hello and welcome, everyone, to the first end of tour live stream here on Friday nights. One of many, I hope. There's going to be a weekly hangout for all of us here. Kind of unwind the week and have some fun, hang out. The chats are active. Hopefully, all the chats will come to my screen and I'll actually be able to see it. So try that out. Let us know if you are watching, where the heck you're watching from. I know we have a large reach on this show, and I just want to kind of see where people are watching from. So, guys, Gerard, how are you today?
Yeah, we're getting by.
We're getting by.
Can't complain. I had a better day than Greg.
Clearly, our poor buddy Greg. Oh man, yeah, that's a story and a half to tell. Good.
Boy.
I only try to make it better. So
I know.
I don't know if you succeeded the way you wanted to or not. I don't know.
It gets
in my mind, I made it better.
Yeah.
I'm sure people.
I'm sure as Jeffrey Dahmer was chomping on some poor dead dude's dick, he was like, "I made it better."
Right. Yeah. Right before he threw it in the big vat of like lye solution in his bedroom. Right.
This is why we can't have normal lives. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, Gerard, you don't get a theme song because you've been here since the beginning. But we have to honor the friends of the show, the guests of our show, with our normal introductions. That's right. And let's see, Mr. Mahabuchi, I got yours here. The Mahabuchi himself.
Almost a third of a look.
There you go. I like it. And, the show wouldn't be the show without the Phil Foundation.
Phil Foundation.
And, Phil, you gotta thank Gerard for this.
Okay.
Because he went out on a limb for you and found you your theme music, which now you will hear. I put
so much effort into it.
Dude.
I literally typed in like free instrumental metal into the search box, and the first one that popped up was like, that's it.
He spent seconds on this.
Dude, honestly, like, it is amazing how short it took you to find the perfect piece of music.
I know, right?
Like, it was great.
Is that a hate joke?
It's not a hate joke.
No, I like legit, like that's how I did. I was like, shit, damn, this song's great.
Yeah, he literally did. Like, literally, it took him 35 seconds. He typed in free rock instrumental. Boom, number one pops up on YouTube. He sends it to me. He's like, here it is. I listened to it, and I was like, damn, it's good. So here we go.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, I can't do that.
So I know we will be hearing a lot of that, at least on the podcast end of things.
Will we even really guessed anymore at this point? I mean,
I don't know. Don't ask me hard questions this late at night after I've been drinking Green Dragons. The show is brought to you by two things today. First off, the amazing Green Dragon. Ooh, it's amazing. And the one and only, yeah. Ooh,
hey, yeah. Ooh.
Hey, the Italian alphabet.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
hey,
and
oh.
not whack, because we
Right.
right.
Yeah, we got to be.
I get in trouble for
You got to
that
be careful with that word.
one. I get in trouble for that one.
It's almost a noun.
Right?
It's a verb.
Right. It's definitely a verb in more ways than one. But yeah, so
A lot of holes in the desert.
there's a lot of bricks at the bottom of the ocean too, I'm sure. So yeah, we're joined with Speedy Gonzalez. So Gerard, boom.
Yeepa.
There you go.
Underlay.
So let's see. Just so you guys can actually see it here. Well, actually, you guys can't see it, but Stacy says directly to Gerard and Butch. TJ says hello. He is sitting here listening.
What's up?
What's up, Teach?
He should be farming some stuff in the summit.
That's right. You should go to the summit, get some stuff for us.
And Blaine, thank you again for joining us. I know you are a longtime listener and a big fan of the show. I am sorry to say that you are from the, People's Communist Republic of Illinois, just like I am from the People's Communist Republic of New York State. But, to each their own. So,
Yeah. Like I said, one day y'all be coming down like refugees.
yeah, pretty much. So TJ is apparently playing Madden.
Of course.
Of course. It's I would say if Madden is as good as it if it's as good as it was when I was playing it in high school, I give them a pass. Let's put that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I give it a pass.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, so in all seriousness,
it's no farming simulator. I don't know. Oh, no, what's the other one I just saw? The other tower washing simulator.
Dude, okay. I understand there's a lot of things that people stream on Twitch and whatnot, but one of the things that I don't understand at all is like there's one that is a lawn care where you literally drive a lawnmower and
lawn mowing simulator.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And and the other one that I still don't understand.
It's like NASCAR for elderly,
Meanwhile, their actual lawn is like
overgrown.
It's like shit.
Right.
But they're like, hey, look at this. My lines are straight.
I don't get it. I really don't. I have no idea. But the other one that I don't get either is like the guys that are playing the police department cruiser simulator where they're pulling people over and they're sitting there like, car 51 to dispatch. I'm on a 511 with a black Honda Accord. Get me numbers on this. And it's like, are you like, and it's to each their own. They play it and it's fine.
Do it. Say it.
Dude,
just do it.
Do they simulate the racism too?
It's just like,
officer down.
So getting belligerent. What? Officer down.
But what doesn't compute in my brain is why other people watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can understand a guy wants to play it or a girl wants to play it. They want, whatever. But why do people watch it? I mean, it's the same folks that are probably watching us. So why are you watching us? But still.
Because they took cops off the air.
That's true.
What else are you gonna watch?
Well, isn't it on premium like Fox Nation or something like that?
Maybe. But here's my thing. So unbelievable that I actually know the answer to this. I've actually seen some dude, and there's somebody I actually used to work with at one of the places I used to work with, because we can't use names and things. He actually does this, and they do it's role playing or something like that. Only they use a perverted version of Grand Theft Auto. And by perverted, I don't mean everyone's butt naked with. I mean, it's like they inject all this like realistic shit, like cop radios and fucking like robot dispatch that sends you to different things, and they actually like legit freaking like role play the whole thing. Like they pull out like their actual fucking cops, and like, and the funny thing is, a lot of them. It's like, don't you get enough of that shit at work, dude? Like, if I go home, I'd want to play like fucking Candyland or some shit.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to fucking play this crap, you know?
And that's it.
Yeah, I'm not like playing EMS Survivor or something on
Right.
Xbox.
I want to go home and drive the fucking ambulance.
Oh my God.
No, I'm good.
Could you freaking imagine? I'm sure they have this. Like, somebody Google it during the show. I'm sure it's out there. The EMS simulator where we could all do our job, like when we're not doing our job. Who the fuck would actually play that?
It's on Steam. Look it up.
Oh God, Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Never.
They got a life pack. They got a striker stretcher. All that shit. You can wheel up to your virtual. See, now, honestly, man, if we could just get paid to do that, that'd be the way to do EMS.
I'd be like, sign here. Have a great day. Bye.
Simulator.
Bye.
I mean, like, I wonder how well that would be good for, like, if it's realistic, if it's not too cartoony and game-ish, how would it be for, like, a training simulator? Like, this is how to, like, go forward and do calls and stuff. I wonder.
This is how not to be me. Have a great day. Bye.
Right.
Yeah, right. Don't be like
the
Bahama.
You see the ambulance like slow roll past and their eyes sticking up underneath the fucking windowsill.
Did you put on the door?
Nah.
No? Okay, bye.
Oh my God. Blaine,
I put it in there. I did. I got it in there.
Hold on. I'm not even laughing about that. Blaine just said there's a firefighter simulator.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, we talked about that one. Yeah.
These are things.
So what it is it's everyone takes their characters. They all stand in a circle around, a deuce and a half, right? Smooth bore.
Right.
And they all just clap and like tell each other how huge they are.
Giggity.
Make sure you take up the driver before ambulance gets here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Call it. Yeah.
It's unreal. These things.
And the cop simulator they use all the Narcan before EMS gets there, so the guy's like ready to fight you before you get there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Vomiting everywhere. Ready to fight. Absolutely.
So the video I seen of it legit, like the dude pulls up and you have to like assess the airway, assess this and fucking all that crap, and then they're like, hey, okay, put your pads on, and they literally do the whole shebang. I don't know a bit like how deep it gets into like rhythm interpretations or any of that shit, but yeah, they actually go through the motions, and then everywhere they go, the wee woos are flashing and all that. I think it's actually called flashing lights. So look it up.
Should be called Sirens. just because that show was amazing.
Yeah, I know.
The best EMS show because it did nothing about EMS. It was great.
So
it was so great.
I made this observation, and
hold on. Are you about to get serious?
No.
Okay.
Are you about to have an epiphany?
Well, no, I was just wondering if.
No, I've already had an epiphany.
I was just wondering if I needed to down more Green Dragon or not.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I would. I'm gonna down more of whatever this is I put together. So, okay. So, the funny, comedy, irreverent shows that have anything to do with fire EMS seem to be like light years more super technically accurate when it comes to like the actual shit than the fucking 911 bullshit shows that try to come off like they're the ones that are fucking legit.
Oh yeah.
So like, have you ever seen Tacoma Fire or Tacoma FD?
Oh, amazing
it's
show.
Broken Lizard guys. It's fucking Super Troopers.
Yep.
Dude, but the fucking shit they do when they talk about the way they talk about shit, and then the procedures they do like on scene and what it's like. Holy shit, that's fucking legit. That's exactly the way it is.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It I would have to agree with you on that one. Like it's Sirens, I still think,
Sirens the same way. Yeah.
Numero uno, Tacoma Fire, hands down number 2.
Certainly Rag and Rescue Me, I think, was probably more spot on when it came to like the technical stuff.
Yeah, I never actually watched Rescue Me. I know that's like bad Turek, but whatever.
It's not as bad as if you said you never saw Bringing Out the Dead. Then I'd have to kill you.
Nope, saw that.
but no, I mean, it's all right. It was a good show.
Yeah.
But the technical stuff was like legit.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, man, the fucking like what are the 911 fucking Lone Star and you know, all right, we're gonna I need a pen, avocado, and a fucking toilet paper roll. We're gonna go ahead and perform a pericardial centesis right here. What? It's like, you're gonna do what? and his shit and his tab says EMTB.
Right.
I need a cantaloupe, a giraffe, and a pair of scissors.
Oh my god.
What do you mean we got no giraffe? Did you do your rig check?
So okay. Hopefully you guys will understand what Stacy's saying here, because I have never heard of this show either, but maybe you guys have. Paranormal 911.
Oh my god.
What is this? I know you have. You must have.
Okay.
Yeah,
it started with paranormal, so he knows.
Okay, so explain to people like myself who has no fucking idea what this show is.
So basically, it's like cops and like firefighters and medics that all get together and they go explore. They go explore like haunted places, and it's fucking terrible. It's absolutely horrible.
Oh, really?
It really is.
So
Yeah,
it's a ghost hunter show that has EMS.
It sounded like it'd be kind of cool.
It's a ghost hunter show with a bunch of like cops and medics and stuff that go like explore.
So there's a whole lot of bleeping involved, I'm sure.
So what? They should have just called you.
Yeah, well,
You'd go, you'd sit, you'd have a conversation with the dead motherfuckers, and then and that'd be it. End of the show. All right, we'll see you next week.
Right. Done.
It's like they talk about experience. They talk about
afterlife.
Yeah, they talk about experiences like this one, like cops, like one guy's like, oh yeah, I was shot at, but this angel fucking saved me. I was like, or the guy was just a fucking terrible shot. I don't know. Call me silly.
If Angel's the name of the manufacturer of your vest.
When they're trying to throw a bullet at you instead of just shooting straight. But I know.
Well, like I said, he might have named his vest Angel.
You're fair. Your friend says there's another one that cops and EMS that respond to calls, but there's no one there. Different from Paranormal 911 show, or a different.
That's what we live for.
We do that all the time. Like now,
so now it's just
that's all we would love to do.
Or they can just give the wrong address.
Right.
Oh my good gravy! I don't know.
All right, we need you to respond to priority one. It's going to be on Route 66 where the power lines cross the road by the old barn.
Oh, yeah. What are you in Rustic?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, where the old Jones farm used to be.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
I lived here a day. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the sad part about city EMS is they will never understand that portion of rural EMS ever. Like,
what I just gave you was a dispatch I got into Mason.
Yeah, it's legit.
Like that was legit. The dispatch I got into a call in Masonville.
Yeah,
and he knows where I'm talking about. The enemy doesn't know the exact place where the cross the road, but that's where the dispatch was too.
Right.
It's on Route whatever where the power lines cross the road. There'll be a red barn on the right side. I'm just like, the fuck.
There's no numbers posted. No shit.
Right.
Look for the light on.
Right. It's in where Old Man Peabody's farm was before the twist of 53.
There'll be a tractor in the yard.
Right.
Okay.
They all got tractors in the yard.
Right.
Jesus.
Is it the orange one or the green one?
Right. Is it an Alice Chalmers or a fucking farm hall? Can we narrow it down, please? The fact that I actually know the differences between those now is pretty fucking scary.
Well, the best is when you call a radio reporter and say, I got a patient kicked by a cow. What? Yeah, kicked by a cow. You say kicked by a cow? Yes, I'm not going to fucking repeat it again. Kicked by a cow.
Yeah. Or cow is sitting on patient.
It could be worse.
As in, like, continuing to.
When they bring your patient out on a pallet and a fucking forklift. Yeah, okay.
That's when I call in. Like, can we verify that this is a cow or a bull? Because that's going to completely decide where I'm going. If it's a bull, I'm staging.
Is it the back door or the back seat? Right.
Right.
We went through that already. What only made that discussion before we went live even worse was I was eating a Twix bar at the time.
Nice. Oh, nice. Nice.
I gotta put the cow. We ain't got a cow.
Oh,
we just gotta feel the pulse. Oh.
Giggity.
All right.
Oh my Lord. Yep. This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah. But no, legit, like that was the fucking dispatch where the power lines crossed the road and it ended up being this. I don't know if you were working that day. It was the dirt bike kid up on top of the mountain where they have the rocky paths that go where the power lines go, the big high tension lines where they cross over the tops of the hills and the mountains.
Does the choo-choo go there too?
Yes, yeah, Mongo, only pawn in Game of Life. And and they're like, yeah, he's up on one of those hills. I'm like, you do know we're in a fucking valley full of hills. I mean, tell him to pop smoke. Give me something. Jesus Christ. And
walk to me this. I don't know.
Right? Can he walk?
ABC.
That was the one where
can he walk?
We actually got met by Farmer John and his John Deere fucking gator, who drove us to where they were. And then he points up the hill and goes, yeah, they're up there somewhere. Okay. Like, well, that's not my job description to hike that shit. So, hey, Farmer John, you think that thing will get up there? He's like, oh yeah, it'll get up there. So halfway up the hill, my freaking partner bails out because she's terrified. And I continue the rest of the way up with all the gear. And then sure enough, there's a kid. He's sprawled out on the ground, fucking helmets on. He's like, yeah, fucking whack myself. He was wearing one of those Hans devices, so that probably saved his life because he went end over and head first into the rocks. So, but that was fun. And then we brought him down like the opening scene in MASH. Like he was laid out in the fucking Stokes across the back of the gator. And we had like 18 people all walking around with him, holding an IV bag and shit. It was great.
So I have to break in here for just 1 second. So one of the downsides about the streaming program I'm using is that anyone that's watching us right now on either the Facebook page or the Facebook group, when you comment in, I have no idea who's commenting in. It just says Facebook user. So the last comment from Facebook user says, sounds like a Turek EMS class scenario for hands-on night. I resemble that remark.
Now, was this Facebook user 6969 or just Facebook user?
Just Facebook user. But I'm just saying, I'm not that bad, people. Like,
it's okay. So the octopus was trained in not releasing.
The art of not pulling.
The art of not pulling.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now you're dead. You got a samurai sword stuck in your back.
Right. Oh man.
I have a picture of him with an arrow stuck in his gut.
Yeah. That's about the worst that I do, other than the MCI one, which, I mean, everybody deserves to go through that one.
I like the drunk.
The drunk is my favorite.
Yeah.
The drunk is totally my favorite. No,
you know
what I think we'll do? I will make sure that we schedule that like now in the middle of like spring or summer, and I will fucking go get you and bring your ass back here just so we can do that one day.
Yeah.
Just so we can torment the students with the drunk.
Yeah. And the buddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I got a whole bunch of new shit to put in the repertoire.
Oh,
I might they show up on scene. I'll be like, yo, man, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. I tried to give him the milk.
I tried getting the milk.
It didn't work. I'm finna bounce.
I'm finna get out of here. I'm fixing to leave.
Dude, as long as you don't waterboard me, I will let you do that. Right? And just keep dumping.
I'll just start dumping milk.
Just keep dumping. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I don't think we did the drunk for that class. One of my previous students
we didn't.
One of my previous students is on the chat right now, and they were like, we didn't get the drunk. And yeah, we didn't start the drunk in that class. It was the class after that we started the drunk. But yes, I agree. Everything. Right, so apparently this one knows. Everything happens at Gilboa. Damn, the life net is grounded. Yeah, because
it's a crosswind across Minneapolis. Can't get off.
Damn Skippy, because you have to be fucked. You got to be completely fucked.
Well, just kind of continue, like I like to give people shit and fuck around and fuck with them and whatnot. But I don't mind it when I get fucked with too.
Right.
Like some people are, they like to dish it, they just don't like to get it. I'm good for it. I'll take it, and I'll laugh my ass off too. This was one of those occasions where I got it. Come down the hill with the kid. The helicopter done been sitting there waiting. It's somebody we know was your wife's partner for a while and our boss.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's sitting there. The nurse is in there with him. We pull up. Now, rewind a couple days before. We were talking. Me, him, and a bunch of other people were talking together. And I was mentioning how at this one agency I was at, there was a certain individual that, would pop out of behind the bush with a laryngoscope in one hand and a flashlight in the other, and, would drop the tube and then be like, all right, see you later, bye, have fun writing the chart, and then would bounce. And so we were kind of having a joke about that. Before? You have not. This was at, just south of Herkimer. If you know what I'm talking about. And so I get there, and the flight crew's there by the ambulance. We wheel the kid in, and I get in the back. I'm like, all right, here's my report, blah, 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 blah. Here's the kid's helmet. It's wearing the Hans device. Everything's good. Good peripheral pulses, no sensations, everything. We're all good to go. Got him collared and all that. And he just goes, okay, well, I think we're going to go ahead and RSI. So once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and bounce, and you can go ahead and write the chart. And I was like, wait, what? What? Like, as serious as fucking that. And I was like, wait, what? And then the two of them just started busting out laughing. I'm like, oh, motherfuckers. I would thought I was dead serious. I was like, well, okay. I totally got.
So hold on. So Gerard, we gotta go back here, and my one student here that missed out on the drunk would like not to reenact the drunk, but to describe the drunk scenario. So ultimately, the goal of the drunk scenario is to teach people that a highly intoxicated, altered, patient can be altered because of the substance or the alcohol that they have ingested, or the fact that your body doesn't focus on glucose and insulin during, ETOH type incidents, and your blood sugar tanks. So
right, and this is where we most people, especially fresh out of the box, EMTs, you're not really taught anything but someone is drinking a bunch of alcohol, their blood sugar is going to spike because it's nothing but sugar. And
right.
You're like, okay, well, 2 + 2 = 4, so that makes sense. So yeah, right. But no, it's in exactly the opposite happening. And in this scenario, we actually show it where this dude's been sucking down the Four Locos all day, and he's a freaking raging diabetic. And his BG's in the crapper.
Yeah, and the fun part about it is why you and I love this scenario so much is not for the fact of what the students learn, but for the fact of how much fun you and I have during the scenario. I am very serious during my scenarios. Like when I play a part, I am involved, and I cannot for the life of me stop laughing during this fucking scenario with you, because
it's like you're in the character.
You and I are sitting there, and you're my buddy. You've been drinking with me all day, and
yeah, man.
I'm just sitting there, and next thing you know, boom, I'm unconscious, and that's when you call 911.
Yep.
And
I don't know what's wrong with this motherfucker. He done went unconscious on his shit. You all got this with you out of police. All right, man. Shit, I'm gonna go get some Lucy's. I'll be right back later.
And it's fucking brilliant. Dude, it's absolutely brilliant, and you make me lose my shit every time. Every time you're sitting there like shit.
Shit, man.
I lose.
Hey, man,
Why I gotta stay here? Why can't I go get my Lucy's, man? I'll go to the bodega, bounce, and be right back, man. Why I gotta stay here?
Yep, it's phenomenal.
You know?
It is absolutely phenomenal. But it teaches them how to get information that's probably really hard to get out of you, and they're dealing with an unconscious patient who can't give them anything, and they got to figure out why.
Well, that's the point. Like what I try to do almost from the moment they get there is I want to remove me, the only source they have of any medical history whatsoever, and see if they'll actually let me walk away.
Right.
Because if they let me go, and they're just like, all right, yeah, go ahead and fucking smoke them if you got them.
Right.
I will get up and leave, and then he will just sit there and be completely silent.
And then they're sitting there
like, no. We're completely fucked. We're completely fucked.
Yeah. It just, I love this scenario. And like I said, I'm just going to fly you
keep me around
and
then we have a little chat, and little by little, I give him a little more history,
Yep.
Like, nah, man, this motherfucker, we drink like this all day, every day. It's all good, but but he got to, he has to, he does his blood sugar and all that stuff too,
Right.
So yeah.
And then, oh man, maybe we should check it. And then they check it, and I'm like, it's 12. And they're like, right. Oh, fuck.
There you go.
Hold on, it's 12, but he's still unconscious, so I can't fix it.
But then there's also the ones where they're like, but shouldn't it be like 300?
Yeah. I personally love the conversation, the anatomy and physiology stuff that we have after that, when we sit down with them and it's like, ooh, different.
I was going to say, you're not seeing things. I had a reload with me.
Oh, damn. I'm only half done, but see, I can't pump the green dragons like you can. I will be, as soon as I get up after having 2 of these, I'm not going to be able to run the stream. So
that's my finger death punch. As long as you don't move, you're okay.
Dude, I'll tell you, I know that you, me, my brother are the only ones that have this recipe, and it is a closely regarded secret. But seriously, like, it's bonkers. Like, I've never had a drink where I've had it at bars and, been like, hey, can you make me this? And they're like, sure. And they give it to me, and I, pound 1, 2, 3, and I'm fine. I could literally get in the car and drive home. And then I stand up and I'm like, man, I fucking gotta pee. I stand up, I take 1 foot off the stool, and I'm like a fucking cow being born. Like, I can't stand, walk, do nothing. There's no nothing in like, from sober to wasted. There's nothing in the middle.
Have you done this since getting your pacemaker? Because maybe that wasn't the problem.
What, drinking green dragons?
I'm just.
Yes,
you and I stand up.
You and
that's right. Yeah, okay.
You and I have drank the green dragon juice.
That is true. That is true.
Since the pacemaker. But
I was going to say we should test this theory.
That is actually a really good thought process. I wonder, there's a lot of things that probably helped get me my pacemaker. The amount of green dragons I've had in my lifetime. The amount of Coca-Cola I used to drink. Like, I used to drink a 12-pack in like 2 days.
I know.
And then freaking through college, I told you this, just to keep myself awake in college, I did, because we were in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you go to the Wawa.
I would go to the Wawa. Yeah. I'd get a 44-ouncer of fountain soda, 3/4 of Pepsi, a quarter of Mountain Dew, which is Pepsi Dew is fucking phenomenal. And then I would take one of those little, like, NOS bottles, and I would dump that in it and stir it all up. And that's what I would be wired for a day. And I would drink that almost every damn day to stay awake in college. So yeah, I'm sure that I didn't help my heart.
We just mentioned Jolt Cola right now over here.
Jolt. Yes.
Jolt.
And Jolt didn't fuck around either. When it was like, oh, we give you wings. No. Jolt's literally on the can. The shit said twice the sugar, twice the caffeine.
Right.
Jolt
That's
gives
it.
Me,
With a big
Jolt gives
lightning
you
bolt.
tachycardia.
Jolt gives you fucking
SBT.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh man.
But see now, if you grew up in like 80s, 90s, you were like hacking on a computer in like the early 90s and shit. And Jolt was, man, that shit was like right next to you all the time.
It was
big
that
2
was,
liters of that shit.
They didn't have energy drinks back then. You had Jolt. That was it.
You had Jolt. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was great stuff.
I remember seeing Jolt on the shelves when I was a kid, but I never actually tried it.
Didn't have the balls.
Man.
Nope.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah. Well, if anybody out there that our military friends, if you all remember, Rip It. Yeah. That's arrhythmia in a can.
Didn't we talk about Rip It on the podcast one time? I
want
to say we did.
Maybe we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Yeah, I've had Surge. Blaine says we had Surge. I've had Surge before.
Oh, I remember Surge.
Surge was good.
Yeah,
the green shit. Yeah, man, that was great.
Yep, Surge was good. Cardiology telemetry, the amount of coffee we drink there would make almost everyone on the staff their patient if they were on telemetry. Yeah, I could believe it.
Absolutely, yeah. It is funny is that when you really think about like the crap we put into our bodies that, as soon as we get a patient in the back and like they're all fucked up, we're like, you know what you should do? You should really cut that diet. Hold on 1 second. Let me sit my liquid crack over here. All right, now back to you.
I couldn't tell you how many times I would sit there and do that exact thing, and then after the call, I would go and get my Coke and Skittles, and be like, "All right, let's go."
Yep, and I would go get my Monster freaking vanilla bean and freaking probably something else made of sugar. That would just anything to jack it up.
I remember those days, yeah.
Yeah, you do remember those days.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
You're half the man you used to be.
Oh, just about 3/4,
yeah.
You were saying something, Phil, before Gerard rudely interrupted you?
Rudely interrupted, yes.
Well, I mean, everyone knows, like the three of you, but the caffeine addiction I had got me into EMS because, fried my heart, yeah.
Yeah, he freaking
really?
Because the agency that we all used to work for, he used to live in that district, and they would go to him for SVT. I never had Phil as a patient, but yes, they used to go to him for SVT. And they always would sit there and be like, Phil, you got to stop with the energy drinks. And what does he do? He pounds 2 more.
Wait, no. Still does.
Exactly. He still does.
I'll pick it off the shelf. I'm like, I probably shouldn't drink this.
And then it's the douche fluid on top of it.
Oh my God.
Yep.
All right.
A little nicotine constrict up the vessels a little bit more,
So.
yeah.
Okay, so. Hold on. TJ would like to know if you've got Red Balls.
Red Balls, yes, Joe Rogan. I smoke rocks. Balls give you wings.
I figured there was context for that one, so I'm throwing it out there now. Oh, man.
And he who is without sin, throweth the first rock, and I shall smoke it.
I plead the fifth.
Oh my
goodness. And then afterwards they took us out and fed us pancakes. Pancakes.
Oh my God. So I got a funny story about pancakes. So.
Oh wow! What a great fucking transition,
dude!
Wow, look at that segue.
Great segue.
I leave it to you, Gerard, to always have my back for segues. So I gotta tell you a funny story about my oldest. So Jess and I decided that we were going to more or less force the boys at one point or another during the month to go and get school lunch because up till now they refused all school lunches. I know it's weird. So we were like, you know what? You're going to look at the calendar, you're going to read each one, you're going to pick a day and you're going.
Fuck that.
So
Pizza Friday? Come on.
Dude, they don't eat pizza with sauce. They're crazy. They're crazy.
Oh, they're like the people down here.
Like
Jesus Christ.
No ketchup, no mustard, no condiments of any kind, no sauce.
You're American?
Seriously.
That has been deemed unhealthy and therefore against the law.
Right.
Yeah.
So we send my oldest.
All I had was fucking school lunch, dude.
Dude, you and me both. I would go and eat school lunch like every single day.
What they call pizza was a fucking piece of cardboard with
I know
a cheese-like substance on it.
Dude, I know. Believe me, Jess and I.
It made you appreciate the good stuff.
Then when you got to be a senior, they'd bring out the extra sandwiches at the end of the lunch. You'd be like, "Here you go, you eat that shit."
Yeah, see, for high school, I was really because I had a ginormous high school.
I didn't get that far.
I had a freaking ginormous high school that we could leave campus and go get like real food. So we went to like the hot dog place, the pizza place, like Mickey D's, Burger King, wherever we wanted to go because it was close. So my high school.
Some of us ruined it for our class.
Yeah. However, getting back to my oldest here with these damn pancakes, right? So he picks breakfast for lunch day where he's going to go and get pancakes. Now this kid will eat pancakes. Like he'll eat them out. He'll eat them here. Boom.
In a box with a fox. On a train with a plane. Yeah.
Goes to school.
Somebody missed a giggity in there, by the way.
I will miss the giggity for once. So goes to school. Then they switch it up. Don't give the kid pancakes. Give him French toast sticks instead.
They gave him what?
They gave him French toasty sticks instead.
Oh, no.
Right? Now,
it's not the same.
Now, hold on. This kid likes those more. So this is a positive. We're like, all right. Okay, comes home. Me and Jess are like, oh my God, how was your school lunch? Because this kid has been dreading this for 2 weeks. I don't want to go to school. This is terrible, blah, 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 whatever. Comes in and is like, so how was it? Well, it was terrible. Well, why was it terrible? Well, they didn't have pancakes. Okay, so what'd you get? Well, they gave me French toast sticks. Okay, you like French toast sticks? Yeah. I know, and I ate them, and they were good. Okay, well, then why is it so bad? He goes, well, they gave me 4, and the third one was, like, soft and mushy because it had too much syrup on it, and that just ruined the entire lunch. And I'm like, kid, you're freaking crazy. Like, that's the look that I gave him. Absolutely bonkers.
So my question, well, multiple questions, but...
Start with number one.
What?
Start
with the first one.
They pre-syrup the sticks for them?
Apparently.
Are they not capable of syruping their own French toast sticks?
I don't know.
Or is this some kind of new, like, nanny state, grooming thing where we're gonna, you can't, little Johnny, you can't handle that.
Right.
We will dole out the necessary syrup that you require.
Right. We're going to give you the exact amount of sugar grams that you are allowed.
And next week we're going to take 2/3 of that French toast back.
You can't handle the syrup,
right?
I don't know. I don't know. It was so weird, so weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they served us shit. Like this was long before Michelle Obama and all of her reforms and stuff. Because.
Dude, I had chicken
served
patty
us
on
shit.
A bun. What is that? Like,
I don't know, man. But all I know is the kids today are getting decent food.
Seriously,
the stuff they served us, like there are
it's food-ish.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like
this is stuff that like we would airdrop to fucking people in the middle of a famine.
Dude,
and they don't care what the fuck it is. It's just food, and they'll fucking eat it. That's what they would feed us.
I honestly.
It comes out of a can.
Right. I'm surprised they didn't just airdrop it to the fucking school.
I look at the menu.
Jesus Christ.
I look at the menu that comes home, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, they're getting burritos and mixed rice with this, that, the other thing. They're getting like real food. Now, granted, it's still school food.
We're having a braised beef bouillon with garlic aioli and fuck. Like, dude, what the? They're eating a fucking Shea Whitey, and I ate in a fucking chill line. It's like fucking prison. Get your trays and your slides, man.
It's a food blog when they send you home a fucking cafeteria fucking menu now.
Dude, seriously, it really is.
You get tomato super goodsy sandwich. There you go with the fucking fruit salad fucking Jello back we ate. You're like, what? And you got like one olive in your Jello back then. You're like, no, with the lime Jello that tasted like spit. You're like.
Right.
But it's so true. Like it's so wild. It's so wild. But yeah,
the hot dog that they cooked the bun and the hot dog together.
Yeah. Hot dog. The bun tastes like soggy hot dog water. You were like, it's like oozed off.
Yeah. Oh. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Hold on.
Holy shit.
Hold on. So I thought you, Gerard, was the one that liked the soggy sandwich. Remember the whole calendar?
You had soggy sandwich one time.
I
heard the podcast.
To a certain point, to a certain extent, a little bit of juice, but that's on a sub, man. That's different than a hot dog. A hot dog, the bread should be bread, and the hot dog should be hot dog.
It shouldn't be congealed into one.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Like when you pick up a hot dog bun, it shouldn't be like.
Right.
It
shouldn't be reverting from a solid to a fucking gas.
Have a case more thicker than the hot dog.
Hold on. I need Blaine to get onto the chat. If you're still here, Blaine, did you go to the deli and figure out what the calendar was for us? I know you said you were going to do that. So tell me if you actually made it. Yeah.
I feel like a French dip sandwich, like it's the roast beef.
Oh. You have had a bread sandwich.
I had a bread sandwich for Pete.
Sandwich.
Oh. What do you mean you never had a bread sandwich?
Trevor. Who answered the phone if they're closed? Ma, I'm in waste management.
I do a favor.
Oh, my dear Lord.
I'm sorry.
Chris, I'm going to say this to you only a way an Italian mechanic.
See now.
You're breaking your mother's heart.
Ma, no. Ma, why'd you tell me?
Oh, my God. So, in context, Blaine, thank you for getting back to me. So, Gerard.
Technical school, but it's not Italian.
So, Gerardo, you can't actually see the chat. So, Blaine said he did not go to the deli yet. He hasn't had time. But if anybody here, we did an episode of we do a live stream. Gerard and I do a live stream on the Patreon page called The New Episode. And a couple weeks ago, we were having a discussion because my wife and I had gone to a local deli that's in our area called the Yellow Deli. Now, in upstate New York, lots of people have heard of the Yellow Deli. There's like 3 of them in just our local area here, but they're all over the country. And I don't know if anyone listening has gone to them and actually sat down at the at their tables and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, exactly. That's what we said. So Stacy just said it's run by a cult. That's exactly what we were saying. But
boom.
But my question is, my wife and I sat down. The waitress comes over, who wasn't a waitress. She's just a girl that was writing orders, right? Takes our order, leaves. The guy who sat us down at the table comes over and goes, "Do you need a calendar?" And my wife, and nothing else. My wife and I literally just looked at him with 12 heads and was like, "No." And he walked away, never to be seen again.
And what did I tell you?
I want to know what the fucking calendar was.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Anytime someone asks you, do you need a calendar? You say yes.
Well, yeah, well, now.
It's like if anyone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yeah, clearly.
Right?
I've learned my lesson.
Key holder. Just a key holder.
You know?
Oh, my goodness.
Because now you're sitting there going, what the fuck was on his calendar? You could have known.
I know.
Would have known.
I would have known. Or I wouldn't be here because I'd be dead and in a cult right now.
It was like the code was like, do you need a calendar? Yes, I do. Oh. This one needs a calendar.
Yeah.
Are you a traveling man?
Seriously.
Oh,
yeah. So
that's a different cult.
Your friend here says it's the 12 tribes. They're a legit cult. I've never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah. But I said, I've always heard that they operate like they are. Those people feel like they are. Like it was a weird place to go. It was weird. It was really weird. I'm
the kind of person that would like join a cult, not because I'm like buying into their shit, but just because I'd love to disrupt it from the inside. You know what I mean? Just play with it. It's like, oh yeah, no, yeah, you're the reincarnation of fucking Jesus Christ and the Dalai Lama. Yeah, no, I'm with you, 100%. Give me the calendar. You know? and then once I'm inside, I'll be like, yo, man, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing? And then I would try to take over. You know, then I would be the Dalai Lama and Jesus Christ.
That's fair. I don't know.
Just start spreading the
dissidents.
The dissidents, right? You know, and be like, yo, man, what's this? Why are you listening to this motherfucker for, man?
Oh
motherfucker ain't
God,
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, you guys! Oh, this is phenomenal. This I love our audience. This is why they're sick fucks like us. So we got 2 comments. Let's go stir their Kool-Aid. Just don't drink their Kool-Aid.
Right. We'll just make it.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey,
my cousin was Jim Jones, but hey, wait, what?
Oh my Lord,
Jimmy,
Uncle Jimmy,
yeah, Uncle Jimmy. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll step up the game, man.
Just don't make it great.
I'll bring the tennis shoes and
Kool-Aid's played out. No, that was played out too. They already cut their dicks off and freaking flew off on the comet. That's good. They're good. They're gone.
The purple blankets,
Jello.
Oh,
Jello.
Lime Jello.
They'd be like, "Oh, it's lime." It was like, and cyanide. Yeah, all right.
Oh my God. Oh,
slurp it up.
Friggin', yeah. Miss Aaliyah, I cannot turn a MCI grape Kool-Aid incident into an EMT scenario. That's a line I will not draw.
I could.
I know you could.
Wait a minute. Challenge accepted.
Hold up.
All right. So the driver of a bus was sipping on his grape Kool-Aid.
Grape drank
out of his Yeti cup.
Oh.
Ooh.
The little thing, the latch thing on the Yeti cup.
The thing
he had lost, so it has no latch thing on it.
Oh.
So he's sipping his grape drink. It hits a bump. It spills. He loses control, crosses the median into another opposite direction bus.
What are the
bodies
odds?
all over the highway with grape drink.
Done. Everywhere. From one little 24-ounce bottle. Boom,
that's
everywhere.
It, done.
Loaded with a busload of hemophiliac nuns.
Oh, my God.
I know they got that hemophiliac disease that we talked about in that freaking...
Oh, freaking Phil. You got... totally.
Von Willebrand's disease.
Von Ryan's, yeah.
Oh,
that
my
one.
God. So I'm getting attacked by
Von
Facebook.
Louis' disease.
You guys suck. I'm getting attacked by Facebook. Mike, if that happens here... Hey, I did my MCI on the Thruway. Thank you very much. Let somebody else have it.
Von Luigi's disease, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah.
What's all this purple stuff?
Taste it. Wait, we're dying. Dying over here.
Oh my God. Yep. Nope.
So the real question is if they have like a big old freaking cooler of fucking grape drink there and it hasn't spilled, do you make a cup while you're on scene? And
Dude,
a little sip.
There you go. There's your scene rehab right there. Rehydration
there you go, right there.
station.
Hey, we got a tub of grape drink ain't been spilled yet. Come on over, everybody.
So Phil, your wife is giving you the "you go, babes" in the chat.
Nice.
He's so talkative over here. It's like, can you fucking shut him up?
Yeah.
Right.
A man of few words.
You gotta get in. You gotta get over us.
Right.
Especially since
there's a saying for this, you know.
3 glasses of the creature in me, so.
And a creature through the back door or the back seat.
3 glasses of the creature.
Oh, I thought I heard 2 glasses and a creature. Like I was...
Maybe. Hey, I'm open-minded.
Oh yeah.
Is it gonna be like a scene from Aliens? Like, yeah.
Only reverse.
Oh man. Oh, so Phil, what do you got on your mind? This whole conversation's been derailed from the start.
I don't know where the fuck we went. That was like the biggest fucking rabbit hole.
So somehow we went from I don't even know to pancakes to this. It sounds like we're having a conversation in the ambulance building.
It was TJ. He started it. He started it with the fucking red balls. Yep.
There you go. Yep.
Happy to fizz.
Oh my god.
So many amendments, I can only choose one.
Oh my goodness.
I think the closest I've come to an MCI was actually with you, Butch, with our lovely car versus golf cart. I think he's breathing. Nope. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Nope, he doesn't. Nope. Fly him. No.
Send the chopper. That's 60 minutes away. No.
Oh.
Nah. Or more to the point.
That man is dead. He has ceased to exist. It's like the Monty Python kid. Monty Python kid.
Here.
His spirit is gone, but his stench remains.
Usually when you roll a man over and his pulse goes from 60 to 2, that's a bad thing.
No.
It was all caused by the hypoglycemia.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably he was probably an SVT right before that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
For the Patreons.
Hold on. I know that the Patreons like sit there and they listen to that episode and it was all about sticky ass sugar, but I feel like it deserves a milk sound thing. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna go. Open your mouth so I can give you this milk. And now continue.
I mean, Jesus, threw everything else out, and why not milk?
Right? Why not? Oh, dude, we should.
With the end title, we did do some things because we had people that were a crowd that was much larger than us that were getting a little antsy in the woodwork. So we're like, yeah, we'll make it look good, So we did some things, and then his end title dropped from like I think 20 to like 9. And I was like, yeah, this is just here we are, for practice kind of things. So yeah. And you get somebody in the background, we'll fly him. No, not happening. No.
I mean, even if it was a different outcome, 60 minutes away, I could have thrown him on my back and pack muled him up to the trauma center before they even lifted off.
Yeah.
That's when they're like, 60 minutes plus lift. You're like,
I'll just walk.
It would have been this like the scene from E.T. Throw him in the front of the bike, fucking pedal off, and whee.
There you go.
Oh man, so freaking crazy. I'm sitting there and I don't ever understand some people's utilization of helicopters. I really don't. Like, it's just bizarre because like some people will fly insignificant things an hour and a half away from like where they want to go, but then they don't fly the really significant things that are an hour and a half away. They'll drive those, or they will fly. They'll drive like the, freaking like nothing call, or no, I'm sorry. They'll drive the really serious call from like a short distance.
That, reverse it.
Right.
Yeah.
but they'll fly a not so serious call from like 20 minutes to the hospital. It's like, why? Some people's logic I'll never understand with their utilization of air medical. And like, it's just weird to me.
But if I can get to the hospital by the time they're going to get on my scene, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, usually one of the things like if I start working somewhere new, and I know it's, we're not in an urban environment, one of the first things I ask is, where is our 30-minute line?
Yeah.
Where is that line where it's 30 minutes from here to the first hospital we can get to, in the district? And, they're like, oh, right here on the map, it's right about there. Okay, so anything beyond that, that's going to be consideration for, for air.
Right.
Anything inside of that, that's all me, baby. We're going to take it.
Yeah, it's weird. It just is. It's weird to me how some people think. And, to each their own, I guess. Like, there's a criteria, at least in this state. I don't know about other states with how, they utilize certain resources. There's criteria here. Some people utilize them. But I think a lot of it actually has to do with those borderline calls that aren't really that serious, that really shouldn't be flown. I think it's just about does the provider actually want to do this from the scene to the ER? Well, if they really don't want to, why don't we just throw them on the freaking, aircraft and let it be air medical's problem? Let it be my wife's problem,
I think a lot of it is that they're looking at that as like, if I'm having an oh shit moment, they're my saviors,
right.
No matter what it is. If I feel like I'm in just a little over my head, or it's something that I don't want to mess with, and they're like, oh, let me just make it somebody else's problem,
right.
Or hey, they're smarter than me. Here, you take it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. I don't like that. But they're out there. So.
There's also those criteria, like they say door to table time, door to cath time, door to CT time, things like that. I mean, you got to take in consideration, like, when did these symptoms start for this patient? Like, if I'm showing up at this patient's door and they've had these chest pains for 3 days, all right, I can comfortably manage this patient to the hospital. But this patient's chest pain started 20 minutes ago. Am I going to afford that time driving that patient for that 30 minutes to my cath table?
Right.
Am I going to be able to get this chopper here to get that patient to the table quicker? It's all those. When did this stroke start? Do I got that 4-hour window time to get them to the patient? The hospital in time. And it's all those little things.
I think a lot of
it's funny because here like we had been talking with Emily that time when we did the scenario on I think it was the regular episode. Here the stroke criteria is like 12 hours or some outrageous number like that, like 12 or 24 hours inside of that, and they're still good for fibrinolytics. Whereas in New York, it's 4 hours, and then that's it.
4.5. 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5, 4.5. Yeah. But here they're like, no. If it's within 24 hours or something like that, and then within 12 hours under certain criteria, then they're still good for it. Then you still take them to the local place where they can push TPA or whatever.
Right. So I got to break in because Blaine's dropping knowledge like freaking crazy. This is actually a phenomenal reason to fly somebody. He goes, had a patient with 30 minutes left on their LVAD battery, and it was an hour-ish drive to where he needed to go. So first time calling a bird. Agreed.
Nice.
Fabulous job.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah,
That
dude.
is a fabulous utilization right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a macho man for that.
Yeah.
I went several years without having to utilize the helicopter until I met somebody.
Don't blush too hard, Gerard.
Whoops.
And then my world went to shit with having a
Blackmire.
Dude, I will still never forget how many pictures you send me all the time. Like, 12 minutes into my shift. Look, I'm in front of a helicopter. Oh, 2 hours into my shift. Look, I'm in front of the second helicopter.
My first shift working with him at an agency.
Yeah.
We're driving to the helicopter.
Wasn't that my wife's helicopter? Wasn't that the
one? It might have been.
Yeah.
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're driving to the airport.
Yeah.
My first weekend working with him.
Oh,
and the funny thing is, it's like, and I distinctly remember this. Somebody had popped on, one of the pictures I posted, and they're like, "Oh, what are you?" And I know who it was, and they were just breaking my nuts. And they're like, "Oh, what are you afraid to ground pound it in? You're afraid to freaking take it yourself." And before I could even put a smart ass remark back, two of the dudes from Air Methods chimed in. They're like, "Oh no, if he's calling us, it's fucking legit. No, you don't even fucking play."
Don't you that's a good reputation to have, but also a really terrible reputation to have.
Right. You're literally the piece of shit with the magnet next to it.
But at least, when something bad happens and you go to it, people know oh yeah. That call, Gerard's going on it and he's calling for an RSI. That patient's near dead. Yeah, we're going to take that seriously. Not like when I go to a call and call somebody for an RSI and they go, "Really?"
and you can call your wife's old partner. I don't know if they're still partners, but probably not because she's at the new place. But our old boss.
Yeah.
You can call him and ask him. There was a day, much like today, where I was sitting at home in my underwear, enjoying a day off. I get a phone call from said individual. I go, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, we're lifting right now. Tell me what you got." And I'm like, "I got my dick in my hand. What?" What are you talking about? And he's like, "We're coming to you. What do you got?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Aren't you on the MBA right now in that county?" I'm like, "No, I'm at home in my underwear. What are you doing?" "Oh, we're going to an MBA in that county. I figured you were on."
Mm-hmm.
They were going to a nasty MBA and just assumed it was me.
Yeah, exactly.
So as they're spinning up the bird, they're calling me for a patient report, just assuming it was me.
Yeah.
I remember you texted me about that.
Yeah. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was in the other agency we worked for together. You told me about that.
Yeah.
You have earned that reputation.
Yeah. It was the county that I had worked in, and they were like, "Oh, it's Saturday. He must be there. This must be his."
Yep, because
apparently it was a nasty one. So it's like, oh yeah, it's like dump truck versus car or some shit.
Oh, that totally sounds like that is right up your alley, 100%.
Yeah, so you got a fucking issue when they're calling you on your home phone number on your day off, asking you what the fuck you got.
That is problematic.
But so mea culpa a little bit, I guess. I'm sure you all know that I'm a little bit of a black and white person.
No.
And nah. But so to me, it's like X plus Y equals Z. If Z equals whatever, then they're getting on a helicopter. If Z does not equal, then we're taking them. It's like cut and dry. It's black and white. There's no question about it. So I think when I look at things like that, yeah, I may end up probably calling more than, say, somebody else who doesn't see things that way and, might take something in that, maybe was questionable, maybe should have gone by air but didn't. Or then maybe I probably sent you're talking to the guy who flew an Amish guy.
Nice.
Because X plus Y equals Z. And I said, well, I don't see the Amish part. I just see,
the problem.
Tombstones on the monitor. So we're out in bumfuck Idaho, so you're getting on a helicopter, and I don't care if you believe in fucking technology or not, because that thought never even crossed my mind, because it was just black and white, cut and dry. And then I get back to the station, and 6 hours later, I get a phone call. "Hey, come upstairs. I want to talk to you." And go upstairs, and they're like, "You flew an Amish guy." And I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh. Well, yeah." Yeah. "This is why." But he's Amish. I'm like, "He's alive."
Yeah.
He's now a live Amish guy. If I didn't, he would be a dead Amish guy.
And it's funny.
Sorry.
No. I think everybody has their own thing with how they utilize that. And I think like perspective is a big deal too. Like I have a different perspective because I have a wife who's been working on the med flight for 12 years. I have a father-in-law who's been there for 20 something. I have a brother-in-law who's been there for nearly 10. It's in the family. So I get to see it from a different perspective than other people that don't get to see it. I hear about the calls that like my wife comes home and she's like, yeah, I flew this. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like it needed to be flown. And she's like, yeah, it didn't, but I did it. And so I think that for me plays into my mind a lot. Like I think about, I don't look at it more like, you know, XYZ. I look at it as distance. So like I can handle an MI with tombstones within reason. You know, if I'm 20 to 30 minutes away, I'm going to drive that. But if I'm 45 to an hour or an hour and a half, like I am in where I'm working now, from the nearest cardiac center that they need to go to, I'm flying that. Hands down, unless there's weather or some other extenuating cause.
Right, and that's kind of, you know, like one of the things I take into consideration. It's not necessarily, you know, okay, well, it's going to take them, you know, 8 minutes and then 12 minutes to get here, and then, you know, great, they'll be here in, you know, 20 minutes. I'm also looking at, you know, in my head, because of course I used to, you know, I used to fly through the air for a living. I actually do the distance rate and, you know, time calculation in my head. I actually know what those things fly at, and I've literally looked up at, like, you know, some trees, what the wind was doing. Where I've said, okay, so if they got a tailwind going, they're going to do probably like 130, 140 indicated. It means you're probably going to get like 150 over the ground. Okay, so 150 here, that's about 50 miles out. Okay, so it's going to take them about 20 minutes to get there, you know, and then I'll do all this shit in my head, and then I look at, okay, when did this all start? How long did it take me to get on scene? You know, how far, you know, are we into this golden hour? And then, and then I just basically go, hey, okay, if I take this myself and we leave right fucking now, can I beat the helicopter?
Right.
You know, and if I can, it's no question, we're gone.
Gold. Yeah.
If I can't, or if it's even a question, hey, you know, we'll start rolling and we'll meet you at an LZ on the way. If it's something where, you know, we have to stay on scene, then hey, just send it and we'll be here, you know.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the chat brings up a good thought, is different things like New York State, the company that my wife works for, that, you know, covers the entire floor. Sorry, four.
Have another drink, quick.
So that cover, you know, they cover the entire state, and every helicopter that they have now carries blood products. So they have packed plasma, they have, you know, actual, like, you know, blood products now. And in major trauma, that's something that people that, you know, they carry 5 different types of pressors. They carry, you know, 3 different types of saline. They carry all these different types of things. But talking to my wife, she's like, we didn't see any decrease or increase or change in survivability in trauma patients until we carried blood. TXA did nothing. This presser did nothing. Like all the stuff. We got blood. We actually saw, you know, an increase in survivability. So
what is the trauma patient probably needing? They're you know, volume depleted.
Bingo.
Okay, you can put saline in there, but we're making Kool-Aid.
Right.
You're not giving them oxygen transporting blood.
Right.
So you have cell death followed by organ death, brain shutdown, all that good shit, until you get blood product on board. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You get that blood in there. Hey, guess what? Now the oxygen is going where it needs to go. It's not, hey, I'm in a sea of fucking red saline.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah. So I think, thinking about resources like that when you're actually sitting there going, oh man, like if I need blood products for my patient, I might call the helicopter if I'm 30, 40 minutes out, just to get them a specialized treatment, I don't know. It's a thought. We're joined by our old friend, Chris. How you doing, Chris? I haven't seen you in a long time. Cheers to you with my green dragon.
Which Chris?
The Morehouse
the D?
variety.
Okay. I thought we were talking about the Chris with the D.
No.
Ah, gotcha.
The M variety.
Gotcha.
As I'm already struggling to talk with two of these in me.
This is a great game. Like, how can we talk about people and shit without actually like letting anyone know who the fuck we're actually talking about?
Oh, I know. It's super fun. And I only had
sound like all kind of like fucking like 007 shit.
I only had to hit my buzzer once, and I'm drinking the worst drink that I possibly could drink for that.
Oh, there were a few others. I just let it slide.
Oh, you shouldn't.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't.
You're in a graveyard spiral as we speak.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're going down.
Hey, it's fine because I'll get more entertaining the longer we go with this, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm gonna have. I only got like one sip left of this thing. I
gotta go refresh my 2 barrels here.
Okay, so hold on. So Butchie, you need to refresh, right? You needed a beverage.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I'm still going.
Okay. Oh, he's drinking.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to the pause screen, everybody. We're gonna be right back. Gerard and I are gonna refill on beverages. Give us 2 minutes, and we will see you back here with us.
All right. Where are you at, Phil?
I'm
How those pretzels?
That's right, Jerry.
The schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
They do.
So,
snozberries. This thing is snozberries.
Nice and salty.
So,
you know I like it when it's salty.
I'm telling you, stop.
It's like us, salty.
There you go. So I have a terrible confession to make. All right, because I want the stream to continue.
You know that I will support you no matter what.
Right. It's a different world now.
That's right.
Mom, Tom Cruise is in the closet. What?
Oh my God.
Tom Cruise get out the closet. Okay.
Tom Cruise got out the closet.
Oh man.
Okay, now Tom Cruise and sorry, go ahead.
No, not that bad. So what I was gonna say is I took the low road of alcoholism here. So the chat and the stream can actually operate because there's a lot of buttons and I didn't want to fuck it up and send everybody to
fun.
Yeah, no. I don't want to fuck it up. And
no, you get to the point where you start fucking shit up, and then it's like, okay, now we know. He's get the point where he can't handle it anymore. Yeah,
no. I'm gonna take the pussy road out, and I switched.
Like left at a splash on the gas meter. You gotta see how far that fucker will go.
Yeah, no. I was in the kitchen about to make the third green dragon, and I moved from here to there.
Pussy.
Exactly.
Pussy.
Exactly why I didn't, because I had already moved from here to there, which is only about like 40 feet in the house. Yep. So
you know what that is?
I still brought a drink. It's just
a
lesser drink. It's a hole that you probably got fucked in this morning.
That's how many balls you got right now.
Yep. You gotta have some decorum of professionalism here.
Nah.
When have we ever been professional?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Again, someone has to work. Would you like to work the thousands of buttons that I'm working right now?
That was actually a thought-provoking question. I'm like,
thousands of buttons. How many buttons you got?
I got a bunch of buttons. Let's see. I got a soundboard and 3 screens that I'm running right now. So yeah.
I can't count that high, but
he even has enough fingers to figure out how many buttons you got.
Well, like 8.5. Come on.
Oh, man.
9 if you count,
Oh, this is for J Love and Dana.
Oh, cheers to that.
Creme brulee.
Pinkies up.
Oh,
creme brulee.
Creme brulee.
Man. I miss that, man.
I know.
Cuttlefish and asparagus.
Oh, cuttlefish.
Yes, I know.
Phenomenal.
That man could watch that episode of South Park day in, day out, and giggle like it's the first time he ever saw it.
Yep.
Every time.
Like a freaking 10-year-old.
Yep.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Oh my god, what the fuck? So I'm reading back in the chat here, and a bunch of people are chiming in on how much they're drinking with us. So kudos to you guys. Fuck right.
Yeah.
However, so one of the subscribers to the YouTube channel's watching us tonight and enjoying the chat, and I just want to take the time and saying, congratulations that you're going out for the job that you always wanted. They got a CPAT tomorrow for their fire department, and they were sitting there talking about what it is, and it says it's 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes long. First 3 minutes is stair climb with 70-pound weighted vest, and the rest of the test is done with a 50-pound weighted vest. Just for that, fuck that. that would be my solution to that. Have fun with that.
That's why we're in that.
That's why
they're not gonna have somebody else running behind you yelling, "Keep fucking going!
You can do it!"
Oh man, they need Major Payne in back of them, screaming.
Or Kurt Russell.
Oh,
all right,
there you go.
Man.
There you go. I don't know. Yeah, nope. Something. I never ever wanted to be a professional fireman, ever. Like, nope, not one thing.
I thought about it for a second.
Stair climb, hose drag, equipment carry, ladder raise, forcible entry, maze, dummy drag, and then breach and pull.
See if there was I've got that. I'm always like I like technical fucking geeky kind of shit. So yes, I was a Jolly Volley and volunteered with my fire department, my local fire department for my neighborhood, and but if there was a way to actually just go and be a paid fireman, and all I did was come in through the door and go straight to work in the pumps, I'd be fucking happy. Just go straight to engineer. Boom, done.
Right.
I don't want to go put fucking wet stuff on hot stuff. That's all good. I can fire a deck gun. I'm happy with that. But pulling the levers and figuring out the pressures and all that shit, that's my fucking geeky ass mind fucking loves that shit. Figuring out the foam percentage and oh, dude, I fucking like I ate that shit up.
I just
easy,
wish that
easy over there, easy.
I just wish.
Hold on, I got a chub. Not gonna lie.
I just
little bit,
just like that.
I just wish that firemen would rename half of their shit. Like, why does it always have to be like dirty dick jokes with firemen? Like,
have you met us?
No.
Have you met any of us?
No. No.
Do you know where you were?
Hold on. No, hold on. You're not getting what I'm saying. All right.
How many things in that back of that ambulance have you said something about fitting up somebody's ass?
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying like the actual names of things. Like what they. Not just the two of the half. But like you're sitting there, the hose drag. Like the, this drag, the equipment carry, like it's all a big circle jerk.
Forcible entry?
Yeah, forcible entry.
That's a little too prisony for me.
Ladder, raise, and extension. I don't know. It just
that's hot.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's too circle jerky for me. EMS doesn't have that. We make dick jokes. Sure.
I drank the Whacker Kool-Aid a little bit. I at first I liked going to things that were on fire and were hot. And then then you realize like you don't really go to a lot of them. And it's like, all right, well, what is our bread and butter? Okay, it's MVAs and medical calls. All right, well, I really need to get good at that shit.
Yep.
Because I can work the pumps and do all that stuff, and I've gone in a couple times. But usually by the time we get there, it's like, unless there is a hint that there might be somebody inside, it's like surround and drown. That's it,
right?
Because that's a loss.
Yeah. I mean, by the time they get there, half the structure's gone anyway. So I don't know. Yes, I'm gonna rag on. No, I mean
it's fun that like if you're into like our viewer who is actually going to go through this and become a paid fireman. Yeah, I mean like this fire science and shit. It's geeky cool shit. I love that stuff. Fucking pressures and over distance and all that crap. It's cool stuff.
It would be cool to do like fire investigation. That would be
cool. I would love that shit.
I would eat up. That would be cool.
I would be like Shadow. Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
and anyone out there who didn't get that reference right now, you're probably not a fireman.
Oh man.
Did it look at you?
Oh my God. Now you got Shadow blowing up in the comments. This is why we can't take you anywhere.
Nice. My peoples.
Oh my God.
No, there is still a heart of a whacker, somewhere inside here. It's just
yeah. Yep.
And I keep them in check.
What, dog? You're bothering me.
Oh, I thought you just went ghetto on us. No. That was great.
No.
What up, G? Oh wait, no.
He's like, yo, what up, dog? That was great.
Come on.
Out of his mouth.
Come here. No, my dog is trying to be loved. What?
You almost brought the Miami out in him. Careful.
Right. Charlie Holmes.
Holmes.
Get your Chicos out.
You want to play rough? Okay.
Oh man, dude, you got to do me a favor. You gotta post that that Holmes dancing video again. I haven't seen
the Cholo?
it. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, and it always makes me laugh. What?
You gotta see the Cholo editions. That's even more fun.
That's right on.
Yeah, well,
Hi.
I get to stand, then I get to stare. Check your socks.
It's great.
It can go all the way up to my hip, man.
They go up to my hip, man. Like
What?
It's the 5-0 run.
I can say those things because half my friends growing up were Cholos. Trust me. I understand the culture. Trust me.
With the lowrider,
oh my God. I have pictures that prove it. You've seen them.
I have seen them. See, that should be your like standard image when you're.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
me and my cholo with my cholos on and my freaking hat backwards and shit.
That should be the one. Not the smoking one for the podcast. It should be that one, or the one of you as the pilot.
Oh, with the airplane?
Yes, with the sunglasses, because that one's.
One's equally, I have hair there.
It's perfection.
But I have hair, and I'm like.
The people want to
striking the pose. Well, I got the aviators on. Like, that's right.
The people have spoken. They want to see it.
You want to see it? Okay. Do you want to play her off? Okay. I'll play her off. Let's see what I can find. Keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves while I find this.
Oh. Okay, boss man.
Talk amongst yourselves.
No. I'm not playing chicken with you.
I'm gonna be verklempt over here.
You're verklempt. I'll give you a topic. Prince of Tides. There were neither prince nor tides. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh shit.
Yep. Agreed. Shit. This is where this stream's gone. Shit.
I got a picture for you. Let me send you a picture. I got a picture for you.
All right. This I got to see.
Rubble, come here.
Oh, it's for you, though.
Come here, Rubble. Come here. My dog wants to play chicken with me. He brought in his chicken. Sit.
Hey, in case anybody didn't believe the whacker.
Sit. All right, let's see if I can.
One of those was me.
What? I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about anymore.
My whacker picture.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do something midstream so that your friend Stacy here can see my dog here. Do.
And Phil lifting
a midstream, taking a leak joke, but it's beneath me.
But you're supposed to keep it PG here, sir.
Wait, what did he do?
Stacy is saying keep it PG, Butch.
Or nah.
PG-13. She's giving you the extra 13, so there you go.
Oh, hey, there you go. 13.
I didn't make the stream joke. He made the stream joke.
All right, let's see.
I guess we can't go R-rated, huh?
If you want us to keep having a thing, probably not.
I gotcha. Go ahead.
She puts the train in training.
That's right. She does. Well, she did. Come on, ride the train.
Da-na-na-na. All right, I am totally gonna fuck with this whole stream. You guys are gonna be invisible for a second. Boom.
That's it. You're fucking with people.
Oh, I'm totally fucking with everybody. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Good. That's that. There's my keyboard. All right, dog, come here. Come here.
Visible.
Come here. Sit. People want to see you.
My childhood dream. To be visible.
Sit. There you go. Good boy. Yeah. I know. You're so happy. I know. You're gonna lick me. Lick. All right, there's your.
Hey Phil, it's still okay to talk.
There's your 2 minutes of screen time, there, dog. I love this freaking app for my phone that I can stream from my phone. It is like the coolest freaking thing in the world.
I've never realized how many memes I have until you go like into your fucking Google Photos.
Are you
and realize what?
Are you kidding? You don't know how many memes you have?
I didn't realize how many memes, but I got memes.
That is a sickness of yours.
I got memes.
You think?
We share memes a lot, dude.
Yeah, we know.
Wow. Woo. Maybe I should go to like
an AA meeting for memes.
Memes Anonymous.
Go to an MA meeting or something.
Memes Anonymous.
Memes Anonymous.
Hello, my name's damn. I'm a memeaholic.
A memeaholic.
Clearly.
I make dank memes in my sleep.
Oh, I bet you, man, if you could only pay for memes, I bet you could make a fortune.
I know, right? God damn.
Like if they weren't just free, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I should charge for that shit.
Yeah, you should. Perfect segue to what I wanted to say in the beginning of the episode, but y'all kept stepping on me. So
you just segued.
Yeah, you just segued because I'm going to fill the dead air here with a promo. So, if you guys haven't seen yet, on February 1st, the Medic Materials brand launched as I'm getting Facebook reminders to my phone midstream here. We launched, there it is. I'll take a break for that. Boom. Little bit too
with hair.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
that
great.
Beast.
So great.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yep. It was brilliant. Brilliant.
I don't even know who that guy is anymore.
Oh, yeah. You get a macho man for that one. You deserve it. But yeah, so if anyone here is in need of CMEs, Medic Materials started a brand new CME Academy this month. And all you need, like, it's free to sign up. No charge to sign up or anything like that. As my Rubble, chill it.
What the fuck is that sound?
It's Rubble brought his chicken into my office, so now he's freaking eating his chicken toy, and it's gonna like drive me up the wall.
Maybe you had like a hole in the basement, like
no,
like you need to set the lotion down.
Skinner gets the hose again.
No, the dog is making a fool of me.
Like back in your hole.
But yeah, so on the really cool thing about the CME Academy is I give CME credit for all of our free podcasts. So every podcast that we put out, you can listen to it on the CME Academy and get an hour CME credit for that. The whole first season, half of the second season is out right now. I'm still catching up, putting all of them up there, and the latest, I think 3 episodes are up there. And then also I'm putting up more or less every couple days. I'm putting up a new CME that's just like on a specific topic. So you could go and be like, hey, I need something for airway to finish my certification. Log on to there. Boom, I got an airway one. Take the quiz. You get your cert. So look out for that. All the links are in the link tree. So which is on the Facebook, on the YouTube channel. So the links are out there to find. It's $5 to listen to a podcast and get that CME. It's $10 for one of the hour-long lectures, which I was just looking at, stuff today for CMEs in our local area, and by far that is the literal cheapest that you can get a CME for. And again, they're good for anybody here in New York State. CFR, EMR, BLS, ALS, doesn't matter. So there's my one plug for the evening.
No, that's cool. No, I was going to say, I'm actually going to look to see if I can do that for down here too. Cause I don't really want to freaking be dicking around with all kinds of stuff down here.
You should
just give my freaking credits and let's move on.
You should totally go back to a paramedic research class and see how well you do. I know I'd flunk out of the test. Like I do.
Dude, I'll end up a fucking EMT.
I would do just fine in the I tell all my EMT students this: take your test once and never take it again, because
dude,
I will be able to pass my EMT exam. I would never be able to pass my paramedic exam ever again.
Dude, I'd probably end up a CFR.
Oh my God. I don't think it would be that bad.
I got so many, and that's just it. It's like, and I hate to call them bad habits, but there's got to be a better term for it, like real world habits or fucking like real life habits. But there's shit you just get used to doing day in and day out, you know, year after year after year. And it's just the way you do things. Mm-hmm. And then you go back into a classroom setting and they're like, okay, we want to do this, that, and the other thing. I'm just like, yeah, nah.
I don't think it's so much bad habits. I think it's shortcuts that we take when we do stuff.
It's, you know,
shortcuts based on experience.
Right.
Not just like, hey, I'm taking a shortcut because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I think a lot of it has to do with that experience. Like you learn, okay, I can get, you know, half of my OPQRST and sample done while I'm doing my ABCs. Bingo.
Yep.
Or like we've talked about before, like if you go walk in and you got a shitty patient, you're not going to sit there and go, all right, I need to get a set of vital signs. I need to do this. You're going to be like, I got to save this person right now. I got to do this before I worry about this stuff, you know?
Right.
Right. Like I said, you know, I'll never forget the call. It was, you know, I still had new paramedic smell on me, and he and I were working, and we walk in, and there's a dude. He's fucking, he's tripod. We can walk in. He looks at us, and he's like, and you see the fucking tugging, and we're just like, oh fuck. And he's sweating, butt naked, and he's fucking just covered in sweat.
Always butt.
And of course, my first thing is, okay, let me get some vitals, and then we're going to get ready to go on CPAP. And all I hear behind me is, I think we need to be a little more aggressive than that. Mm-hmm. Like total, just like that, as calm as that is. And I'm like, vitals, like, we got to do some things before we get that.
Yeah.
Do them on the CPAP. No vitals, nothing. Just boom, right on the CPAP. Crank that shit right up. And of course, the dude had a history, so he knew what CPAP was like. So he took it like a champ. And he knew it was going to help him. So he was like, yeah, fucking give it to me. And we put it on, freaking got it down, took his blood pressure, did all the vitals afterwards. But yeah, we measured things first before anybody. And I was just like, wow, I thought we weren't supposed to do that. He's like, you waste time doing that, he's going to die on you.
Yeah. And,
you know, and his question to me was, you know, can you fix hypotension? I'm like, well, yeah. Can you fix it if he stops breathing? I'm like, well, sort of, kind of, but you know, probably not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
And you know, it poses a good question. So in the chat, it says, "Isn't what you learn out in the classroom very different from what you actually do on EMS calls?" And
yes.
It is, and it isn't. So
it's a foundation.
Right. And that's the big thing that you and I always talk about, like to the EMT students and stuff, is what we're teaching you in lab is your foundational practice for how to do an assessment. This is not how I want you to do an assessment. Do I care if you come in and, you know, you do AVPU in your head, you do your look test in your head, you do A in your head, you're asking OPQRST as you're doing breathing. I don't care, but it gives you a foundational block method so that when you inevitably get into a situation that you are overwhelmed, you have something to fall back on to where you're like, okay, you know what? Fuck everything in my secondary. I'm going to go back to A, and I'm going to focus there. And I think that's where it helps. But yeah, it really is different. But I also always tell my students that every call that you do is inevitably the same. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people they get anxiety over it because they think, oh my God, the respiratory patient's like, this respiratory patient's really, really bad. And they kind of freak out and they lose themselves in the call. But realistically, every single respiratory patient is the same. Signs and symptoms might change. Their significance from mild to severe, stable to unstable might change. But you're going to treat wheezing the same. You're going to treat rails the same. You're going to treat COPD and asthma the same. And that's all where it boils down, unless they have like some crazy lung disease that no one's ever heard of. But even then, we don't do anything to treat the underlying problem. We treat the symptoms. So once you really go in and you learn like every call is identical, it takes the stress out of everything because you're like, I've done this 10 times before.
Yeah, it's funny. Somebody recently, I don't remember how recently, but sort of recently, had asked me, what is your favorite type of call? And my response, like, without missing a fucking beat, respiratory.
Mm-hmm.
Too easy. Too easy, drill sergeant, too easy. Because it's something that it literally is. 1 + 1 = 2. For the most part, it's something we can definitely fix.
Yep.
And you can see the fucking result right there. There's no guesswork. You'll see that SpO2 come up. You'll see them calm the fuck down. You'll see them breathe easier. You'll see the color come back in their face. But when you get to the hospital, their blood pressure is normal. Their heart rate is normal. Their freaking SpO2 is right where it should be. And they're talking to you normal. They're using full sentences.
Right.
When you first got to them, they were fucking at death's door. So yeah, like for me, respiratory is like I don't want to say easiest thing, but it is my favorite thing because you do get the instant result, and I'm an instant gratification guy. Like I'm the one behind the fucking, the national fucking whatever the fuck inquirer at the checkout line. It's just I want it and I want it now. And that is one call that anything respiratory like that, COPD exacerbation, asthma, anaphylaxis, anything like that. It's like that gives you instant gratification for the most part. CHF too, and to a certain extent. But like cardiac, endocrine, all this. That's like fucking, I don't know, man. Here, boom, shotgun. Maybe I'll hit something.
Right.
But respiratory for the most part, it's like, yeah, you get to zero in and take a shot. It's nice.
I would have to agree with that. Like I really like running respiratory calls, because you can fix it with one neb, or you can fix it with just a little bit of like nasal cannula oxygen, right? Or you can go all the way through everything and wind up in RSI, and you do get that progression. I've always liked respiratory calls, again, kind of for that instant gratification. Like you go there and you're thinking, okay, by the time I get to the hospital, I should have this patient better than when I started there. And in respiratory patients, you can almost always do that. Not always, but for the most part, you can.
For the most part, yeah.
You can get them better by the time that you get to the ER, and I think that's really cool to see because you don't get that all the time. Like.
Right. How many sepsis patients do we take in? And we're like, how'd they do? Fuck if I know, dude. Yeah.
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah. It's
UTIs. No clue.
You love the UTIs.
Everybody has UTI.
So everybody gets a UTI. No,
especially on Tuesdays.
So I was actually going to bring this up. Mr. Quiet down there, Mr. Phil, as the Phil Foundation, as a new medic, where have you started noticing any short things that you learned in school that maybe you needed to modify now that you're out of school, or things that are you have changed the way you practice because of hey, this is the real world, this ain't fantasy land. We're not making widgets. Saw what I did there.
I mean, we're still making widgets.
He knows what I said. What I did there.
I think definitely not everything is cookie cutter. The 1 + 1 = 2. No patient is textbook. And the program that I went to, that's how they taught you. Because, unfortunately, because one, my car was about to fucking explode if I pushed it over 45. And for money, I had to go to a closer, smaller program, which was all firemen. So it was literally like, hey, you can fix them with, some saline and some oxygen. Off to the hospital you go.
Right. That's it.
Yeah. But nothing, I've come to realize the reality of nothing is cut and dry. Not every STEMI is gonna present the same way over and over and over again. Not every.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean. Yeah, this is a little bit of delay. I didn't mean to step on you. No, I was just asking, like, so, like, with all that, like, as a new-ish paramedic, like, what shortcuts, like, and I hate to use the word shortcuts, like we're, not doing the right thing, but things that you have modified yourself, because there has to be, because there's no way you're coming out doing everything the way they taught you in fucking paramedic school, because if you did, you're going to be killing people left and right.
Mostly letting, like if I'm with...
killing people left and right?
if I'm with a more experienced BLS provider, letting them, be my extra set of hands.
Bingo.
If that makes it, like, not having to do every single thing by myself, with someone, sitting there with a clipboard, checking me off one by one, making sure I hit everything.
Use your assets. Yep.
If, for traumas, like, hey, I'm going to get a line, give fluid, or check the airway, you put them on the monitor. I don't even want to fucking touch that thing until you get in the driver's seat and we go.
Right. I want to look up from what I'm doing and, hey, look, there's squiggly lines. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely, the delegation of tasks. Like, I don't have to do every single thing to make sure. Yeah. If you got, a Neanderthal who's banging two rocks together, drooling, licking the window. So, yeah. But if you have a decent partner that you enjoy working with.
He's sitting right here. He's okay. Don't insult him while he's here.
It's funny, like, there's... I think there's a lot. Everyone has their own thing that they, do as a baby paramedic. And, we've talked at length about it on the podcast. And, I think one of the biggest things that I had issue with was the mindset after paramedic school, you are only an ALS provider. And everything that you do, every patient that you see will be fixed via ALS methodology, whether it be pharmacology, EKGs, whatever. You are going to fix it because you're now the new big bad paramedic, and that is just not the case. So I fell into a rough patch where I was like, let's just throw ALS at the problem, where I just needed to slow down and be a BLS provider and think like, oh, okay, what can I do BLS and what can my BLS person do to fix this problem? And then I'll step up to the ALS level. Since then, that's now the new mindset. But like, even, slowing down is a big thing. And I'm now, being that this is my 15th or 16th year in EMS, I'm so much more like slow and targeted than I was years ago. Like there's calm, there's, it's quiet on the scene, it's controlled. We think, like, I'm looking at my partner going, hey, what are you seeing? What are you seeing that I'm not doing? What are your thoughts for what's wrong with this person? And like, I couldn't tell you how many times good BLS providers have said something and I'm like, fucking right, they are having a seizure. Like, I didn't see that, because it's an absent seizure and I'm not looking for that. I'm going down a sepsis route and they're like, no, I think they're having an absent seizure. And I'm like, fucking right, they are. Okay, let me grab my, my NARC bag. Awesome. So yeah, I think leaning into your teammates and slowing down is where you kind of need to go.
Yeah, I've had a few really good, like, solid veteran fucking EMTs. Emily's husband's one. I'm going to use a name.
Hashtag
that
donuts.
None of y'all know. And, but he deserves being spoken about, because I don't think he's probably, he either is very minimal now or he has finally decided to leave EMS, because that's what we were talking about the lesson. But Tehran, he is probably one of the greatest EMTs I've ever worked with. I'm there on a stroke call, and I'm not even joking you, dude. Suspected stroke. I say a couple words to the freaking family, get a quick medical history. I turn around. The monitor is spitting out a 12 lead. I had been listening, and he was asking all the questions, did a full Cincinnati, did full neuros, and I'm just like, get it back in the ambulance, freaking sit down. I literally pulled out the start kit and the freaking 18 and threw it at him. And he said, what's this? And I said, you did everything else. Go ahead and start the IV. You know? And I was like, I had to do nothing. It was beautiful. Not that I don't like to do things, but no, it's like when you have a competent EMT, there is so much that an EMT can do. And if paramedics, especially in systems where it's like they drive, you know, paramedic this and paramedic that, oh, it's gotta be everything's ALS this, and you know, all your EMT does is drive and lift shit. You know, if you can get your mind and just like, hey, wait a minute, let me see what this EMT can actually do. Especially if you're with one that's been doing this for like a hot minute. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, fresh out of the box, maybe not so much, but someone who, how long have you been an EMT? Oh, 15, 20 years. You might want to fucking pay attention to what they're talking about because they know shit that you might not. You know, so yeah, it's I've had a few that are like that. We've worked with a bunch of them. You know them by name, and where you get on scene and you're just like, your job just becomes so fucking easy because they're just on point doing shit. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I've had her husband's thrown me out of the ambulance. Hey, get up there and fucking drive. You know, fucking, I got this.
Yep. And, the amount of that happens to me, like I have to be pulled from doing ALS stuff, mostly because I'm still new. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm used to, the school scenarios where like, they're just, a little weak. Oh, now they're dead.
Right. So you want to ALS everything because, oh my God, if you're wrong and you BLS'd it, oh shit.
But dude, I'll tell you, that is a legit, that's like legit scary because like when I started working the fly car, there was definitely times where I was sitting there going, all right, I'm on the fence with this. And, my father-in-law always said, if you're on the fence, you take it. But I'm like, there is nothing that I am going to do here for this patient. Literally nothing. But like, okay, I'm going to let it go. And then I let it go. And for the next 2 hours, I'm like freaking out going, oh my God, I'm going to like this patient's dead in the back of their truck. They hooked up with another county's paramedic. I'm going to get fired by the morning. Like it does freak you out as a brand new paramedic. And, I wasn't even brand new. I was just in a brand new system.
Yeah. And I think one of the, so in the flight car system that I worked in, where I was the only paramedic on duty for the whole county, it was one of those where you had to pick and choose your fight, and you really had to learn how to do that. You had to learn, what call is worthy of my presence,
right?
And what call can you just, hey, BLS, off you go,
right?
Because I can't, it might be borderline, but I need to stay here or I need to do something else. And it's funny. The one call I always think back to is it was a generalized weakness, lower extremity weakness, 30-something-year-old dude. Medical history, he had some like back problems and stuff because way back when he was a critical care tech and had been in an ambulance accident back in like 2003, 2004, something like that. And come to find out, as I'm talking to him, and I always point to this one because it's like, this is where you really need, especially if you're in a system with limited resources and you need to like really do good assessments. This is where like I can't stress like good assessments enough. This dude, he's like, my leg's just a little weak, coming down the stairs. And I ended up having to just crawl to the rest of the way to the to the couch. Well, how long's it been going on? Like a day or so. Okay. And anything else? No. Everything's cool. Did a Cincinnati with him. Perfectly fine. Fucking, cranial nerves, everything was fine. Put him on the stretcher. We're taking him out. And I'm like, okay, well, nothing else is going on. I might just ride this in. As they're lifting him into the into the ambulance, a Delta response goes out in like the 45 minutes away part of the county. And it's for, difficulty breathing. And I'm like, oh, respiratory breathing. I can fix that. No problem. This dude, whatever. And then just, that continual, like we always say, ongoing assessment. Always look at your patient, always be looking around, always be doing scene size up, constantly scene size up. And because I always do that, I noticed this dude, older gentleman, looking at him not the way other people, because there was kind of a bit of a crowd around the ambulance when we were putting him in. And he was looking at the dude we were putting in the ambulance a little differently than everybody else was. And it just kind of was like, I don't know why I did it, but I went over and I asked, hey, real quick question. What is he to you? Oh, that's my son. Oh, okay. So now I had the guy that was putting in, he talked with like a little bit of a lisp, right? It was a subtle lisp, like he would just like lift, kind of like Sylvester kind of every other word or so. And I asked him, I said, and I literally, the exact words I said, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I said, but like, does he always talk with that lisp? And his dad said, no, that's only started like the past couple of days. And I was like, huh. Now, mind you, this dude was hypertensive. He was like 180 on 100, 200, something like that was his systolic. And as soon as he said, no, he's been like that just the past couple of days. I was like, okay, I'm staying with him.
Yep.
I'm not going to the diff either. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
And we're going to ride this one in. And I shit you not, 10 minutes into transport to the stroke center, he's telling me about his time as a critical care tech. And he's like, oh yeah, it was great. I really miss riding on the truck. And, just like, and I'm watching his face slide off on the left side. And I'm just like, and I literally asked him, I was like, are you doing that intentionally? He's like, no, it don't feel good either. I was like, oh, fuck shit. Let me get on the radio. And I called the doc and I'm like, yep. Next blood pressure boo was like 230 over fucking God, holy Jesus. And I actually got metoprolol orders for that.
Yeah.
I asked him, I said, I want to give him like 5 metoprolol right now. And he said, I'll give you 5Q fucking 15. If you don't get here with the next one, you go ahead and give it again if it's still above 200.
Yeah.
And I said, he's literally stroking in front of me. So yeah, it was, so that's one of those things where, doing those assessments on scene, it's like, you got to, especially in a flight car system, it's like, yeah, man, you got to do that shit.
You have to. You absolutely have to. So I'm gonna cut you off here. I'm gonna read a bunch of comments because there's a bunch here and a couple questions. So going back to our favorite calls, this one says I'd say trauma is probably my favorite. Pretty cool calls in the fire department. And sepsis patients with chronic kidney disease, those are always fun. Atrociously, terribly fun. Going back to trauma.
Only we would think something like that is fun, yeah.
No, right? So going back.
Flowing, 1 with Levo, 2 with fluid, just piggyback it in like 2 18s, yeah. That's
damn Skippy,
stuff.
right?
Right.
And this one, I had one call, came in as an injured person. Notes said in the CAD, patient sitting in gasoline, bone coming through the skin. Get on the scene, bone wasn't through the skin. You could just see everything. So, that sounds
we might need more information on that.
That sounds like
send that in.
Should be on our podcast. So
please send that one in.
Send that one to the email.
Yeah.
Let's see. I've been paired up with a baby paramedic, and boy, is she a shit magnet. However, to be fair, she was a shit magnet as a basic too.
Nice.
All right. So
I was.
Yeah. Yep.
My very first day, my picture.
Oh, I know. I know.
Very first day, first call in EMS. There I am. There's me. There's my EMT FTO, and there's my paramedic. And right behind us is his wife in a helicopter taking off. With our patient.
All right.
First fucking day I met you, helicopter behind us.
That's right.
So this is a what would you do question for all of us because we are all paramedics in the room.
Take the day off.
Take the day off. I like it. So
go to law school.
Yeah, I was going to say go to law school.
Troy, didn't you do that? So questions.
McDonald's still hiring?
question stems from a call that they were on. Have you guys ever told a patient that they couldn't have pain medication because of their attitude towards you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
No.
the lack of, they go on to say the lack of professionalism with the paramedic I had on this particular call was horrible. I couldn't see any of us doing it, but was completely shocked. So yeah, like, yes, Mr. Mahabuchi.
The Mahabuchi wants to speak.
Yes.
So I had a patient one time who decided it'd be fun to jump out of a second-story window, and he landed on his feet. So obviously, you have the whole compression, blah blah blah, blew out his ankles. It wasn't because I was unprofessional or my attitude or anything, but I got called for the ALS, assist, yada yada, for pain medication. I was ready to start an IV on this gentleman because, yes, he was in pain because he blew out both of his ankles and he talked himself into not getting pain medication because he was Mr. Chatty. He decided to tell me he just got a rehab 2 days ago for fentanyl addiction.
Now, see, but that's...
I was like, well, I guess we're not giving you any pain medication. Yeah, have a great day.
I mean, that's a little different, though. Like, you
didn't just withhold pain meds because he was an asshole.
Exactly.
No, I'm just saying it was like that kind of thing. I was like, well, I'm sorry, sir, but you just literally got a rehab 2 days ago.
Right.
So I don't know if this was an intentional thing that he did to get pain medication or you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I had a patient that was a recovering addict that had a femur fracture, open femur fracture. Couldn't, we frac packed it, couldn't Sager it or anything like that. And I had asked him, I was going to dope him up with ketamine. And, because he was howling. And, I was like, dude, and he goes, I was addicted to morphine and, painkillers for a long time. He's like, I don't want anything. I'm like, well, I'm not going to give you morphine or fentanyl. Like, I want to give you ketamine. It's completely different. It's not an opiate. This is how it works, whatever. And he was like, give me an ice pack. I was like, dude, you're okay. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight you.
I talked one into Toradol that didn't want, narcotics.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, I don't want to even move you without trying to treat your pain, man.
Yeah.
You got to let me do something.
Right.
And I remember telling him, I said, look, here's your options. I got, ibuprofen, even though it wasn't necessarily for pain. I said, but it's not going to do anything for you right now. I said, I got Toradol. I said, it's an anti-inflammatory. I said, it might help. And I told him I got the ketamine too. And he was like, no, I don't want anything that's going to make me high. I said, okay. I said, well, let's do the Toradol. And I said, I guarantee it won't make you high. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And that's all that I gave it to him. Maybe it did something. I don't know. But
some people are just like that.
Not withholding pain medication, because taking pain away is the one thing we do well. And to withhold it from somebody because they're an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna run into fucking 20 assholes, in one day. I don't give a fuck about you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You go, I'm gonna fuck this. Okay, well, great. You're gonna fuck that all the way to the hospital. Going back, and you're gonna be at the hospital fucking everybody, and I'm just gonna be all right. I'm gonna go back to work. I'm getting paid by the hour.
Could you imagine how tired their dick would be, though?
And the patient stayed in, clickety, clickety, clickety.
Right, exactly. I don't give a fuck about it. Gee, I wonder who said that.
But
there may have been two of us the same day. I don't know.
That was true.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a professionalism issue and a slippery slope if you're going down you're an asshole, so I'm not going to give you something. Right. That's just something that I don't even want to.
That leads you to providers punching patients in the faces and strapping them face down on cots.
Yeah,
that's where that attitude gets you.
Yep.
Because it is literally, you can draw a line from where those people did those acts all the way back to where they started. And I guarantee you it started with that kind of shit. Oh, he's a fucking asshole. Fuck him. Hey, he who asks for fucking, fentanyl gets Tylenol. It's a joke. It's funny, right? He who asks for fucking fentanyl by name gets Tylenol. It's a funny joke, Confucians say. But when it comes down to it, man, no, man. If you're in like legit pain, I'm giving you narcs, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's bonkers. So I'll finish the story here. She just updated the rest of the story, and then I'm gonna say toodaloo for the night. But patient had bad back pain, couldn't move her, from a sitting position. Called ALS to help. Paramedic gets there. The patient goes and screams at him like, "Hurry, give her pain meds." And paramedic goes, "Excuse me, I don't gotta give you fucking nothing. Change your fucking attitude. Chill the fuck out." And yeah, like,
wow.
Okay. That accelerated a little bit there, but yeah, so.
So I hear there is a need for CNAs. Okay. It's not a tough course. You're a paramedic.
Welcome to Walmart.
You should go take it. You should go take the CNA course. Go wipe some ass.
Go wipe
for
some
a few
ass.
Months.
There you go.
Humble yourself a little bit. All right.
And don't come back.
And then come. No. And then come back to the real world.
Don't even come back. Just stay there. Just stay there and kill people as a CNA and call me when they're dead for 6 hours and say you just saw them 10 minutes ago doing rounds.
Got my floor.
That's where they belong. Right there.
I am a forgive and forget Christian.
Yeah, I'm not.
Am I? I don't know. But it sounded good. Everyone gets a second, like Spider-Man. Everybody gets one. Right?
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Yep. Nope. Not certain people. Again, you
go
just said
go be a CNA, go wipe ass, come back, change your attitude.
I don't know. I'm not that forgiving. But
my thing was,
or else you want
hold on.
like me who will help you change your attitude.
The Phil Foundation actually wants to speak.
The Phil Foundation is about to speak. Hold on.
When I first became a medic, I worked in big city EMS. 10, 15-minute transport times to a hospital max. So like the one thing I got good at doing was treating patients' pain. If they were in legit pain, like, yeah, I'm not going to fix your, heart rate by the time, I get an IV, hang fluid, run it wide open. I'm not going to fix that. I'm not going to really fix it much of anything else besides pain. Am I, do people, bust my balls because I'm a little bit more open-handed with the pain meds?
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but if you can prove to me you're in pain and not be like, oh, it hurts, and then text on your phone and be like, oh, the pain, oh.
Dude, I'm the same way. Yeah, I used to get the same.
Call me the candy man. I don't care.
Yeah, I used to get the same Joshing all the time. Oh, hey, what are you, the candy? Would you crack the candy box? I'm like, well, yeah, I did.
Yep.
Now,
okay, so I have to fill out an extra piece of paper.
Right.
But now we've all had that frequent flyer who will call us, 37 times a week because they know who's on shift.
In a trailer park. Yes.
They know who's on shift. They know who gives out the candy. And they'll call us, and we all have that patient. We all have those systems that but occasionally you're like, yeah, okay, I'll be nice, but
if I can,
I'm not saying that we've all had that 2:00 in the morning where you're like, yeah, this is bullshit. We'll just give them a ride to the hospital tonight. Like, I'm not saying it's not unprofessional, but well, I've been like, yeah, let's go. Let's just get in. Let's go get this call over with because it's 2 in the morning.
It's over with, yeah.
Right.
Because it's bullshit because it's Susie Lou Q that's calling because she stubbed her toe again and she wants her Percocet from the local ER. But
right. Yeah.
Well, I think with the experience, we all kind of know who that one frequent flyer is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But when they're in legit pain, yes, we medicate the ones who need to be medicated when they'll allow us to, because we've all had that patient too. Like you said, the femur fracture guy, or the I had a dude that decided to bust his tib fib, and I picked his foot up, and he literally went in my hand. I was like, oh, but he wouldn't let me medicate him. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And they won't get medicated for the entire stay at the hospital.
Right.
Certain patients, they just outright refuse the entire time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well,
that's
guys,
funny. If I can find it, I'll see if I can. I'll redact some of the the particulars. But yeah, I might still have it floating around somewhere. One of the places I worked at, we had one that was so bad of a crying wolf type thing that the medical director actually sent out a letter for us all to print and carry on us at all times.
That said no?
That said, I am Dr. So-and-so, the medical director of this agency. You are to give no narcotics to this individual who lives at this address at any time. Toradol is permitted, and that's it. And we had to keep it honest at all times, so that way if anyone ever questioned, go to a hospital or, well, why didn't you medicate her? Why didn't you do something to help her pain? You would just unfold the piece of paper and go, here you go. That's why. Because she was so good at her craft. She bamboozled people left and right. And she loved getting new medics. Because a new medic, hey, I can do something here. Here you go.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. So one of our good friends just texted me, Gerard, and said, quit your swearing. I'll tell you who it is later. But
what did I say?
I don't know. I told him it was because you're Italian.
The fuck?
You didn't do that.
Notice the.
I know it looks good.
My friend is back.
Yeah, it looks good. You don't have that weird porn stash anymore.
When Tom Tucker has to get rid of the mustache. Ooh,
oh my God, your freaking stash could have played front row on Pornhub here.
I liked it. No, I was getting like mad compliments on that thing. I was like, are you kidding me? Because this thing looks like I should be like making salami in a deli. And like people at the fire department near where I work, they were just like, oh yeah, that's a ripping stash, bro. Because they're beach people, so everything. It's like, dude, bro, look at that stash. Yeah, all right, good.
Yep. Oh man, yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna shut it down for tonight. Thank you everybody for joining us. We've been talking for near 2.5 hours. We will see you. This is going to be a weekly live series, Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, Facebook group, and the YouTube channel. So join us back here 7 days from now. Thank you guys for joining. And we will see everybody next week.
Yeah, man. Fucking donuts.
Fucking donuts.
Fucking donuts.
Fucking donuts.